and welcome back to my horror movie review marathon. Still in the 50s, but I'm covering a movie that isn't science fiction this time. The Curse of Frankenstein, released in 1957, was made by Hammer Film Productions and started the revival of more classic horror movies, but with a twist. You see, Hammer Films had something other horror films at the time didn't have. That's right, Hammer had blood. Lots and lots of blood. Sometimes guts, too. And it's all in color, actually. This is the first color film I'll have covered for this marathon. This film pairs Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee together for the first time as Frankenstein and the monster, and they would later portray the hero and villain in the next two big horror movies at Hammer, The Horror of Dracula and The Mummy. They're both doing a great job in this movie, especially Peter Cushing. These movies focus much more on Frankenstein than the monster, and make the monster less sympathetic. Which isn't to say that Frankenstein is more sympathetic, no, he's basically pure evil. One of the better scenes in this movie is the one where the monster is brought to life. Victor leaves the room, and when he comes back, the monster is standing before him, wrapped in bandages. The monster takes off the bandages, and we get my personal favorite makeup design for the monster. While not the scariest or the most iconic, it's great for what it is. After that, we get a recreation of a scene from Bride of Frankenstein in which the monster meets a blind man. While in Bride of Frankenstein, the monster befriends the man, here he just straight up kills him. Afterwards, Victor and Paul shoot the monster in the head, and boy, there sure is lots of bright red blood, which while tame nowadays must have been quite shocking at the time. And then, near the end of the movie, the monster gets set on fire. After that, the movie implies that perhaps Frankenstein is just crazy and made everything up. In the end, he's led away to the guillotine, his fate uncertain. Well, uncertain until the sequel where it's revealed he survived. It's not explained how, he just did. I guess he's also not crazy. Well, not crazy enough to the point that he made everything up. This movie was followed by 6 sequels, which is almost as much as the original Universal series. Something interesting about this series is that the only recurring character is Frankenstein himself. In every movie, the monster dies by the end, prompting Frankenstein to make a new monster in the sequel. Also around this time, the Hammer Dracula series got started, which had 9 films in total. At this point, science fiction horror movies began getting phased out in favor of films more like Hammer's. In conclusion, this is a really good film that is instrumental to horror films becoming more violent. Without this film, slasher films might not exist. I'd recommend giving it a watch. 7.5 out of 10.